shelters, sand, also. So now we are even closer. So more water plants passing by. And you can see all the huts on the island. So for people who are on vacation on that island, the island is very famous because it is completely free of pollen in the spring. So people with hay fever, for them it's a favorite site, because there they haven't any problems at all. For example, that was the reason why in the 1920s Werner Heisenberg went to that island once, since he had the same problems with hay fever. And simply to get it unswollen, that was optimal place to go. So to the left, so now the rocky island is coming into sight, and the ship is slowly turning towards that, because in front of it it's the major harbor of Helgoland. But you can see there is a town in the harbor area, and also a town uphill. That's the upper town with 2 towers to see. And now there are already coming boats to our ship, because this large vessel cannot enter that harbor. It's only possible for these small ships to go there. So all the passengers need to dismount the ship and enter these little boats to be transported to the island. So here they make a turn and come quite close to the exit points in the lower ship body. And there are more than one ship. Of course, the ship was quite crowded, so a couple of these landing boats were needed for disembark all the passengers. But here we see the harbor now. There are other yachts in front of it, so from other islands in the North Sea there are many passengers coming, and you see can also spot the hilly skyline, so to say, of the island. So it's really a very nice island, and it's the only rocky island that there is in the whole North Sea. So it's from that point of view a very famous island. And here again the harbor and more passenger ships waiting for them. Yeah, on the island there are many one-day visitors because you can shop duty-free in the shops of the lower town. Here again the complete side of the rocky island, and we turn the camera towards this bathing island on the other side, and there are more landing boats coming in. You can see on the island these towers. There is a broadcasting tower, also some observational stations for the weather, of course. Yeah, now we have entered one of these landing boats and take a ride from the vessel to the island. It's a fast travel. And now it's up to us to reach the harbor. Attacke, he says, because there is a competing vessel. But it turns out that we were faster. Yes, it was a little bit shaky, this landing trip. So now the pier arrives already. So we are quite rapidly approaching. And we enter the inner harbor with all the other landing piers. So that's these gateways that we see now. There we have to go. And the other passengers in the boat was very full. And landing was not so easy because we have to board there and so camera. Okay, so now we are in the lower city with all the shopping malls around, so you can spend really hours for simply wandering through all these little shops there, spotting what is worth buying or not, and many people enjoy that quite a lot. But here I went to the upper island, the upper town, and have a look back to the inner harbor, and you see there are at least 3 tourist vessels that are waiting for the returning passengers, and there is the bathing island with the white sand strands, and of course we see all the roofs of this lower town on Helgoland, which are of course business buildings, but also small houses with accommodations for tourists where you can go on vacation for a longer period. So it's really nicely made and of course truly worthy to spend longer time on that island. So here again the inner harbor under a different angle, the landing boats, again the bathing island, the vessels, and you see there are coming more landing boats in. To the right, that's more. It's and now the camera is turning to a mound-like area, which is a kind of crater, and the origin of this crater was that at the end of after the end of World War II, all the rest munition that was left was brought to that island in order to detonate it there. Also the plan was to destroy that island that has served as a base, a military base